So I'll tell you one reason to work on your persuasion so that you can make more money. And this might be a little bit obvious to a lot of people, but then again, when I see and I hear these conversations and I see these actions taking place, then I'm not so sure that everything is obvious anymore. So that's why I've always loved going back to the basics and lecturing people about the basics and pretty much deep diving into the basics and talking about how important they are, because it turns out a lot of people really just want to skip them. Now, why do I personally talk so much about persuasion? I do so because it's a great way to make more money through sales. Because if I can persuade you to buy a service or a product that I'm selling, then I'm making more money. If any sort of company can persuade you to buy their product or service, then they're making more money. I mean, look at Tesla, for instance. Tesla is making a lot of money. And as far as I know, I don't think there's even adverts for Tesla. I think that's exclusively through word of mouth. I mean, have you yourself seen an advert for a Tesla? Other than people bragging and boasting about their cars and so on? I'm curious. I'm just asking. I'm not talking about the product demonstrations per se, the announcements of a new model. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about ordinary advertisements. I mean, there are adverts for iPhone, Mac, etc. I don't know. Well, maybe not so much Mac, but certainly for iPhone and iPad, right? They're everywhere. They're on social media, they're on television and so on, but I haven't seen any adverts for Tesla. And this actually started out as me wanting to talk about finances and why persuasion is so important, but this is getting in a whole different direction, so let's just keep on exploring, because this theme is very, very interesting. Now, why aren't there any adverts for Tesla other than these announcements and the demonstration videos? I know that there are several demonstration videos of the Tesla Cybertruck where Elon and a lot of other people, and with or without Elon, they're firing their guns at the car door of the Cybertruck, and supposedly, allegedly, it can stop a bullet from penetrating through the car window because it's made out of, I don't know, is it massive steel? I don't really know. I really don't know. It's some very, very strong material. Regardless, Tesla doesn't need any adverts because it advertises for itself through word of mouth. Your neighbor is driving a Tesla. The media is writing about Tesla. Elon Musk obviously is writing about Tesla. That's a fair point. You could say that since Elon Musk is so popular and everyone in the world, give or take, knows who he is and he writes about Tesla, that's some sort of advertisement. That's fair, but they're not the same as these regular ad campaigns that you see elsewhere. And if you think about it, have you seen many adverts for cars like Lamborghini and Ferrari and Bugatti and so on? I haven't. Now, admittedly, I don't frequent these circles a lot, but I have seen adverts for Toyotas, Hondas, Mitsubishis, BMWs, Audis, and even Porsche. But I haven't seen an advert on the television. Well, I haven't watched television in a long time, so I don't know what kind of crap they're advertising for now. Probably gambling and I don't know. I really don't know. Gambling and coffee, probably, or some chips or chocolate, whatever garbage, whatever junk food. Anyway, these upper class brands don't need an advertisement because they advertise through word of mouth, referrals. Oh, my neighbor is driving a Tesla. I need a Tesla too. Oh, my colleague at work bought a new Cybertruck. Now I need a new Cybertruck too. Did you see the video that somebody posted online about the Cybertruck being able to withstand a 50 cal gunshot from, 50 feet? I'm just making this up. I have no idea whether that's actually true. If it really is true, if it can withstand a 50 cal sniper rifle shot at 50 feet, that's very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. And I'm not even a gun nut or a gun expert, but I do know what a 50 cal is, and I do know what a 50 cal sniper rifle is. Regardless, point I'm making here really is word of mouth is way more powerful than the adverts you're watching on television. If your neighbor has this fancy car, you want it, not because you've seen it on the television, but because you've seen your neighbor drive it. You've seen how he rolls up in his driveway, how the door opens, how convenient the car is, how easy it is to navigate. He tells you how nice and comfortable it is to drive, about all the automated machines and artificial intelligence and whatever that's inside the car, how fast it is, how fast it can take you from 0 to 100 miles per hour, etc., right? That carries way more leverage than any single advert, because adverts are boring, really. I mean, the reason I'm using an iPhone and Mac and iPad and so on is because I started using these products myself. Now, there are adverts for iPhone, that's fine, but they're not as powerful as the user experience. Oh, which also is another thing, of course, the user experience. Everyone who drives a Tesla is very satisfied with their car. I mean, I'm saying everyone in air quotes if you can't see. But you get the idea, right? Everyone, because it is such a, according to them, reliable car, convenient car, comfortable car, intelligent car, etc., right? Word of mouth is way more powerful than any single advert you see on social media and on the television. That's the persuasion lesson, really. So whatever you're selling or advertising for, whatever product or service you're advertising for, do it through word of mouth and referrals. That's way more powerful than any boring ads. Nobody likes ads. Just think about it. If you want to learn more about persuasion for business and entrepreneurship and sales, get subscribed to my email list. The link to do so is in the episode description wherever you're watching and or listening to this, and I'll see you there.